Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast.
What's going on, Voodies? It's another episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. And if you haven't guessed, Big Eddie C is not with us tonight. That's A-OK. We got the VooDoo Chef, sous chef, Alexis Quinones in the house. Lex, what's going on?
Hey, keep him busy.
Yeah?
You know, Alessis is going to be 108 this year, so we've been busy prepping.
Holy moly, Alessi Bakery turns 108 years old.
Yep.
And if you didn't know, that's where Lex hangs out during the day when we're not kicking it with VooDoo. That's her real job. And she kills it down there. She's a manager of the bakery. 108 years old. What do we got planned?
Well, we rolled the prices back to 1912. So guava pastries, eclairs will be like 39 cents.
Hand-pulled Cuban?
Cubans will have Cubans, yeah. Cubans are on sale. Not the hand-carved, but the regular ones are on sale.
Why do I always say pulled? Because I pull pork all day long. Hand-carved Cuban?
Not on sale, but we'll have them.
Hand-carved Cuban?
Yes, hand-carved Cuban.
Yeah! I'm going to come. That's this weekend?
This Saturday and Sunday, yep.
We run on delay. You missed it. It was last Saturday, but don't worry. I'm going to go down and I'm going to have a Cuban for you. I'll get some guava pastries for the girls. And, you know, I got to get my cafe con leche, but don't make it super sweet. Don't make it. No, not extra sweet. Back it down. Back it down. Back it down. Back it down. That's really cool. And I'm excited that you get to be part of that. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. And you get to be part of that 100 and what, 8?
108, yeah.
Holy moly. Third generation now or fourth?
I believe third.
Third?
Yeah, third.
And then, you know, I've been dealing with the Alessi family since the 90s. Just great people. Phil Alessi Jr., you know, just really stepping up. His dad was a great man. I'm glad I got to know him, glad I got to meet him. I loved hanging out, talking with him. We never talk food. We always talk boxing. Big boxing promoters, just amazing people. Make sure you log on to AlessiBakeries.com. Check them out. They support the voodoo that we do, sponsoring the golf tournament. They're at our big events, and you know they take care of people like Lex, and just great days there. Lex, I'm proud of you. That's a good day, and you're with great people.
Yep, they're great.
I hope I can slide down there and check it out. You know, I got a brisket. I'm going to be throwing it in this weekend, seeing how that comes out, but it'll be cool. It will be cool. Other things we got going on, a lot of stuff. You know, we've got right around the corner tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm on the Johnny B Show. Every Friday night, 10 o'clock, I'm on the Johnny B Show. And you don't need to live in Tampa to get it. You can stream it on the internet. 102.5 The Bone. Maybe it's theboneonline.com. Just Google it. Google 102.5 The Bone, the Johnny B Show. Every Friday, 10 o'clock. I'm on there. We're talking food. I'd love to tell you what we're talking about tonight, but I really don't know yet. I mean, that's just who I am, right, Lex? I mean, it's always last minute. So much.
For the moment, kind of make it up as we go.
Pretty much, but it's always rock solid, rock star, and that's how we do. You know, we also got on 10/24 the VooDoo Chef Hangout, and it is just what it says. We are going to be hanging out. I'm going to cruise over to the Lithia Fishhawk Pinch a Penny hang out with VooDoo Ambassador Sam Creighton, and we're going to put some stuff on an egg. I think we're going to do a seafood boil. I don't know. Again, I mean, I can tell you that now, but it's going to change like 8 times. Lex will confirm that. It's going to change like 8 times before that day. And so, you know, just come out and hang out. And we're doing something new, Lex. I don't know if we've announced this or not. At the VooDoo Chef Hangout, we are going to have the first ever VooDoo food fight. And I know if you're, well, Lex might be too young. When I hear food fight, I immediately think of the movie Rock and Roll High School. At the end of the movie, when they're throwing the apple brown Betty at the lunch lady. Not that. So not that. Sam has graciously volunteered to turn on 4 green eggs, and 4 VooDoos are going to get to come in and bring food to cook 100 tasting portions, and we are going to sell tasting tickets, and you'll get to walk around and taste these VooDoos foods that they cook, and at the end, you vote for your favorite, and all of the proceeds are going to go to the VooDoo Chef Foundation to do what we do, to continue to help people like Lex, like everybody else that we do. We could go down the list, too many to name, but it's going to be a great day. Word on the street is we might have some friends out there, don't know yet. I can't tell you some of the VooDoos involved. My boy Johnny B is coming out to throw down. Johnny B is a mad cook, and he's going to come out and throw down. Chef Carl Miller on the podcast. I think he's on every week playing Pointless Pop Culture Trivia, and, you know, don't know why he's here every week because, you know, it is pointless. And then, you ready for this, Lex? Do you know who the third one is? Do you know?
Spider?
No.
Oh.
The culinary barbecue team from Kaiser University will be on hand throwing down. Your boy, Chef Vaught, is going to be there tearing it up. That was Alexis's favorite teacher when she went to Kaiser, right?
Yep.
Along with Selecta and Mensch and Divert, all our peeps out there, great people. We got room for one more VooDoo. If you think you have what it takes to throw down, to be part of the VooDoo food fight, hit me up. All you got to do is Google my ass. My number comes up. You can call me direct. Probably won't answer it. Shoot me a text if you want to be part of the VooDoo food fight. I hear we're going to be giving away some stuff, some raffles. A lot of good stuff going to be happening out there. Make sure and check it out. Anything you need, you hit the social media. VooDoo Chef 13 on most platforms. We have our own YouTube channel. That's where this airs. Make sure you check it out. Lex, we got one more piece of news, and I don't know if you knew. Now, if you don't know, Lexus just celebrated her 21st birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I know you're not a drinker, and we know that I may or may not be. You know, I got a little bit hanging out. I got a little bit of my friend Jack hanging out, a little bit of Gentleman Jack, and we're going to make a real quick announcement here, Alexis. You know, big news. Everybody knows I drink Jack. It is unsolicited. It is just my drink of choice, my beverage of choice. But here's to my boys over at Jack Daniels, the Jack Daniels family. Thank you for stepping up and working with us and sponsoring the VooDoo Chef Charity Glass, Charity Glass, right? The VooDoo Chef Charity Golf Tournament. Here you go, fellas. Thank you so much. This one's for you guys. All right, Lex, you ready to get this? Wow. Me some Jack. It's missing the line. That's what it is. Hey, let's get my boy. Look, we got the Gene X. We got the Paul Axe from back in the day. All you observant folks, you know, we changed the guitars around because we got the chef of the restaurant owned by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, Rock and Brews. We got the chef of the Wesley Chapel location, not even open yet, hopping in to the VooDoo Chef podcast right now. Here he comes. Lex is ordering food. John's joining the podcast right now. John, I see you coming in. You're joining. Look at that. We got Chef John in the house. John, what's going on, partner?
Nothing much, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. I met Tim, GM of the store, a long time ago when I was actually eating at a Rock and Brews in Orlando. And, I said, if you ever come to Tampa, let me know. We got to hook up. We got to connect. I'm the hospitality guy. It's what we do. And he goes, hey, here's my card. Don't tell anybody. That's it. But when the Tampa store opens, it's mine. And I was like, hell yeah. And here we are maybe almost 2 years later, and I call him up out of the blue, and he goes, look, just call my boy John and get it set up, whatever we got to do. Mm-hmm. And it is nice to put a face to the name, finally meet you, and I can't wait to talk all things John. I got my Gene Simmons axe over here. I got my Paul Stanley Les Paul Jr. Man. Let's do it to it, man.
That's it, brother. Well, again, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming, man.
I come from humble beginnings.
And that's what I want to talk about because, you and I really met just to try and get some employment down there. And that's my whole mission is to keep our talented culinarians like Alexis right here in Tampa Bay. So when you called me up, it was great chatting with you and great talking. But then I come to find out you're a homegrown guy. You're from Lakeland, Florida, right down the road. Actually, Mulberry, man. What's that all about?
Yeah, just, pretty much grew up in Polk County. My home beginnings were Lakeland, the Mulberry area. Went to Mulberry High School.
Now, I won't ask you what year was that, but I will ask you. Did they have culinary? Did they have anything like that? Were you in home ec like you and I probably called it back in the day?
They did have it, and they actually had a really, really nice setup. Unfortunately, I never jumped on that. Actually, I was in high school. I was more of the AutoCAD graphic design. And then after high school, I started doing the, aeronautical engineering and everything. And then, got a job at the Red Elephant right down the road.
Wait. Wait. How do we go from automotive, I might need you to wrench on my truck, to graphic design, we def need some logos for the VooDoo Chef Hangout and the VooDoo Food Fight,
all right.
to engineering, and then I worked at, the Red Elephant. What the hell happened there, bro?
Well, my brother worked there. He opened the place, and then he called me one day. He was like, hey, you need a job? I was like, yeah, I could use some cash. And that was the genesis of it, man.
Dude, that's the same story on my end, man. And tell me this, did you the cash is always a good thing, but how cool was it that your brother called you and said, hey, bro, do you want to come work with me? To me, when I got that call, I didn't even hear work. I heard, hey, do you want to come hang out with me? And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was it, man. Him and I, whatever, we shit for many years.
So let's talk about the Red Elephant, I worked with the Red Elephant in Carrollwood for a short period of time.
Oh, that's cool.
And, I'd love to say that I know a lot about it, but I don't. Tell me about the Red Elephant. And, you told me that you started in dish. Is that where we started as a dishwasher?
Yeah, dishwasher and making pizzas.
And then, so it's a pizza joint, sandwich joint, salads. Am I on track?
It was more of the salad, sandwich, pizza, scratch kitchen. All the dressings, sauces, all the marinades were made from scratch.
Hard to find these days.
It really is hard to find. And, same owner, proprietor with the Rock and Brews, and that just, he took that concept, that family-oriented concept, kept the family part, but kind of, blew it up with the Rock and Brews concept.
So your owner at Red Elephant, is he part of the ownership group of Rock and Brews?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's part of the global ownership group with Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons.
We're a franchise.
Gotcha.
So there's, corporate has a lot of, a lot of airports, Rock and Brews out in California and out west. And, we took a hold of the franchise because it was a great concept, classic rock and roll, Kiss. Who doesn't love that?
Exactly.
And, we took the entire concept and we just blew it up, with the outside bar. We took the menu, got with those guys, and we come up with a great menu that's, culinary inspired, of course. all still from scratch. Took that concept from Red Elephant, from our dressings to our sauces. I mean, we do it the hard way, because people, at the end game when they're sitting down and dining with their family, it really shows, man, that we really give a shit about our food.
That's awesome. So I was going to ask you if they were all corporate stores or if they were franchises. So how big is your franchise group? How big do we have right now?
All right. So with Wesley Chapel, franchise group is 5 stores, but it's 4 in Florida and 1 near Dallas.
Oh, dude, way cool. So you guys own all the store 8 in Kissimmee, part of the same group. And here I was thinking they're all corporate stores, but that's super cool. Now, how many Rock and Brews are there nationwide? Do we know that?
It's around 27, 28.
Are they all franchise groups?
Some are franchise. A majority of them, I would say, are part of the corporate side.
Very cool. So are you guys the largest franchise holders?
Yes, we are.
Dude, you're a rock star, man, because, at the end of the day, that brings a little extra swag, right?
Yes.
You got a little bit more say in some of the bigger picture, especially if your sales are driving.
Yep.
All right, so I walk into a Rock and Brews, and I've been there, of course, I'm a huge mark. I've said that, I've got the tats on my arm, whatever. When we talk about Rock and Brews, I've been there, I know what to expect. Let everybody know, when I walk in, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What can I expect when I walk in the front door?
Well, let's start with when you get out of your car.
Heard.
When you get out of your car, you're going to hear this music blaring, classic rock, new rock, you're going to be strutting all the way to the door.
John, when you say new rock, you can read me like a book. Last week on the podcast or 2 weeks ago, who knows, we broke down the Love Gun record. I mean, I am a Kiss mark, so I listen to Kiss. When you say classic rock, I think a lot of people can hone in. When you say new rock, I thought rock and roll was dead. What's new rock?
No, they're still coming out, man. And, groups like Group Love, man. Group
Ooh.
Love and Cage the Elephant. And, groups
Cage
like
the
that.
Elephant opened for Kiss once. I know that.
Yes, they did.
But Group Love?
Group Love.
I'm going to check them out. I'm going to check them out.
I guarantee you have heard at least 3 songs from them.
I will check it out. All right. So I get out of my car and there it is. I hear the music right away and I know where I'm at. I'm in an era. I'm in a zone of music. I got the vibe. Yep. What's next?
All right. You're walking up to a 40-foot high restaurant.
40 feet? The ceilings are 40 feet high?
Yeah, the tip of it's 40 foot. So actually the restaurant, the steel frame is actually made from a airplane hangar company. That's the genesis of the entire foundation.
It almost sounds like I'm walking into a concert venue.
That's it, my man. You got lights. As soon as you walk through the door, you see this beautiful hand-painted Pink Floyd tribute right outside. You're looking around. You've got a lot of handcrafted, art, different artists from many eras, from Prince to B.B. King to, Kiss. You got Bruce Springsteen right 56. You see him as soon as you pull up. So you're like, yeah, this place is it's got some culture to it.
Dude, that's super, super cool. Now, so I got the music, I got the artwork, and when you talk about these murals of these artists, they are big. They're big. I mean, it's not like you're looking at an 8x10 photo on a wall. I mean, it may look like that, but when you mentioned the roof's 40 feet high, and some of these murals are up that high, these things are huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
One in particular is a shadow mural, and it's actually 2 students from UCF. It's done all 4 stores in Florida, hand painted. It's a shadow mural. So we take different artists and their iconic poses, like from Bob Marley to Ziggy Star, things that you can really see, and you're like, who is that? Even the Tina Turner, and they hand painted it right there, at the peak of the 40 foot. This one in particular, Wesley Chapel, they incorporated the Skyway Bridge, which is a nice addition.
Super cool. So you're taking a lot of the rock and roll, but keeping some of the local theming.
For sure.
Yeah, very nice. All right, so I got it. I'm in the door. I definitely got the vibe. Am I at high tops? Am I at booths? What am I saying? That's important to me.
Well, we got options, brother. Well, we got booths. We have high tops. We actually have this horseshoe bar that's inside, and I haven't even gotten to the patio yet. The horseshoe bar is actually reclaimed wood. It was from Chrysler Stamping Company, where they would make the frames. When Chrysler went down, these two brothers bought up this factory, started ripping up all this wood and used it as reclaimed. So we got a hold of these guys, and they made the high top bar, high top tables, and the horseshoe bar inside. You know, I had a really good, it was probably about a year ago, I had a guy come in, and he saw the stamp at the corner of the bar and said Milwaukee. And he was like, holy shit, I worked on these floors 20 years ago. And now,
dude, that's really cool.
And it was just, man, it kicked up a great conversation with him, man. It was really cool, whatever. And
that's
That's
sweet.
the inside. Inside's also live wood, live edge tables. So all of our low top tables were made from one tree. One tree, all low top tables. And there's this one in particular. It'll fit 20 people. The name of the tree was Bumpy. And it's a huge 14 by 16 table with a huge chandelier just hanging right down as soon as you walk in the door. Really rock star kind of shit.
Is that where I get to sit when I come, man?
Yep. As soon as you come in,
my party of three.
Yeah, party of three. It's like, we got tables open. Now I'll wait for that one.
What do you mean? Fuck that. You kicked them off, man.
That's it.
All right, so, one thing that impressed me were your taps. How many taps do you have?
48. 48 draft beers.
48 different taps. That is
with
super
another
cool.
150 bottle craft beers on, on the reserve. So we've got, close to 200 different beer selections from us, and they're constantly changing. We're right down the road from Florida Avenue, which actually we've become really good partners with it. Actually, Florida Avenue has made our own beer.
Yeah, Anthony Derby.
Haze.
Anthony Derby. He's a good dude.
Yeah, one of the best.
What's your beer called?
Goat Dog Haze.
Ah, very cool, man. Very cool. Anthony Derby's a cool cat, man. He actually went to the high school that I taught at, and I don't know what year he graduated. It might have been with Alexis. I don't know. But that's super cool. I'm glad you're working with the local. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we get some VooDoo on the menu. If you really want to work with local, we could create a VooDoo burger and get it on your menu.
All right.
So let's tell me about the food. Tell me about the menu. What are the highlights? What are the must-have dishes? And don't be that guy and say it's all good. Tell me the must-haves.
You got to get the ribs.
Tell me how you're doing your ribs.
We get the ribs in. We marinate them in our own spices. I can leak you in, but I won't do it on there with our spices.
I got you.
But we marinate those bad boys for 24 hours, and then we smoke them for 12 hours. Take them out the smoker, and then we'll lather them up with bacon grease and put them right on the wood fire grill.
Hell yeah. You're talking my language now. You are aware. I know you said you didn't go to culinary school, but you're obviously aware of the 5 food groups. You know what they are, right?
Oh, yeah.
What are they?
The 5 food groups.
The 5 food groups. Come on now.
Yeah. All right, indulge me.
You ready?
Huh?
Butter, bacon, caffeine, carbs, and bourbon, a.k.a. Tennessee whiskey, Jack Daniels. Those are the 5 food groups according to the VooDoo chef. Butter, bacon, caffeine, carbs, and Jack Daniels.
It makes the world go round.
Damn straight. We actually have a dessert drives Lex nuts. It's got all 5 food groups in it. She's a baking and pastry student, pastry chef through the ACF, and she's like, dude, really? And I'm like, really? All 5 food groups. Put bacon inside that chocolate.
That's it.
Hey, dude. So, John, man, just popping into the waiting room, the guy that connected us, the guy that I went to Rock and Brews, sat there just eating like a mark, and then decided to say, hey, when you come to Tampa, let's make it happen. A year and a half ago, and here we are today getting ready to open the store in Tampa. trying to get some local workers out there. Tim Patitucci coming in the room right now. Takes a second with that, the delay, but Tim's popping in. And so I was eating at the Rock and Brews in Orlando, and the manager just comes over, and we just start chatting. And it's this guy right here, Tim Patitucci, and we connected. And Tim, I'm so glad you're finally in Tampa, man. How have you been?
I've been great, man. How you guys been doing?
Doing good, man. Welcome to the VooDoo Chef podcast. I love that buck flag hanging in the back right there.
Gotta have that.
So we got a whole lowdown on John and his background. Give us a little bit of the Tim story. What's your background, my friend?
And I've been in. I mean, you want to talk about work?
Well, tell me how you got in the industry.
I started washing dishes at a little Italian restaurant when I was 14 years old.
Isn't that the story of our life, man?
That's it. That's the humble beginnings.
I think back on that. People go, "What do you mean you were 14 years old?" It's like, well,
but
back then, here.
People don't understand how hard our industry is. You started when you were 14. I started when I'm 14. It's a tough industry. Here we are at 25 years old, and look at us.
Yeah. I mean, if you're 25, I'm 35. So that's some years. That's some years, man. So just to get back.
So you're washing dishes at a small Italian joint, man. Where was this at?
In Orlando, and then in Ocala, I started washing dishes, and then went from washing dishes to making pizzas, and then just kind of bouncing around. And
hey, what the hell is in Ocala other than that Dairy Queen on the interstate?
Oh my God, you're talking about nothing out there. State Road 200, the Paddock Mall was out there. There were not a whole lot, man. That was like retirement community, and yeah, that's what it was.
The only thing worse than that is Mulberry. It's a stop sign, and a car lot, right?
There's a little bit more than that. Right. A little bit more than that.
So you wash dishes. What gets you elevated and start promoting through? When did you hit that restaurant or that job that you said, "This is it. This is my life. It's what I'm doing"?
I don't know, man. It's like, if I just work hard, it's all going to pay off. It's all going to pay off. I don't care if I'm washing dishes. At 14 years old, I had more money than all of my friends.
Damn straight.
And they were like, "What do you mean?" Like, dude, come wash dishes. And I could teach you how to do it. And that's back before, the dish machine. It was triple sink. It was wash, rinse, sanitize, repeat until insanity. And that's how it was. John knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Please tell me you guys have a dish machine.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
It's a Cadillac.
Machines are a blessing.
All right. So Tim, how do you? Are you really 35? I mean, I was being a smart ass.
No,
all
really,
right, so 35, from 14 to 35, you're 20 years in now. So tell me the lineage of where you were at. I mean, we walked through Red Elephant with John and his growth.
Sure.
Tell me how you promoted through, because one thing we try to teach at the school is exactly what you guys are saying. If you put your head down and you work hard, and I'm not talking about the old school chef and apprentice where you're beaten down. I'm talking about focused, work hard, play hard, stay humble, have that work-life balance, bring other people with you, continue to educate yourself. If you do that, you can promote through our industry and have a very, very good life. Tell me the progression with you.
So I went from washing dishes to making pizzas at this Italian joint in Ocala. And then finally, I started working. I was doing two jobs. I was doing drywall in the morning, and I was going and working at the ale house at night.
What now? Are we talking about the ale house, like the Ocala ale house, the Tampa ale house?
Miller's ale house.
Very cool.
In Ocala. And so after I left my ex-wife, I went back to Orlando because that was home. And I started working at the ale house right across the street from Universal. I mean, this is back before we even had a patio.
How busy was that? What was that volume like?
One day I had over $4,000 in sales. I worked an open to a closed shift, and I had over $4,000 in sales as a server. And it
As
was
a
just,
server.
it was nuts, man. It was
that's
nuts.
Wait, that doesn't suck, man.
No, it definitely doesn't suck. Yeah, it was a good time, man. A lot of good times there. I spent about 5 or 6 years, 5 years there total with the ale house, and then I opened a restaurant for the ale house at Hunters Creek, and I told them that I wanted to transfer, be a manager, and they told me no. And I said, okay. I pulled a LeBron James, and I said it's time to take my talents elsewhere. So I went and started working for Chili's. And
hey, how hard of a choice was that, Tim? I mean, a lot of times we get real comfortable in our job, and those challenges become those changes become challenges. Was it easy for you, or was it tough?
For me, it was pretty easy. You just have to take the time and digest it and map out a plan. As long as you have a plan and you're following it and you have goals associated with your plan, and as long as you execute, that should be at that point, it's an easy decision in my eyes.
Absolutely.
I left there and I went to the extreme corporate world of Chili's.
Oh my God. Talk about a check the box guy. Yeah. How much did you love those routines?
But, for all the faults and for all the things that I'm not impressed with in the restaurant industry, that's really where I cut my teeth. That's really when I started to go, okay, this is for real. This can be a career. This is real. This isn't just I'm a server and I'm making, $200 a night and I got to pay a bill. So, let me just pick up a shift. It's now I'm learning inventory. Now I'm learning how to do orders, and I'm doing all of these other things, and just put your mind to it. And then you start reaping the rewards and the benefits of what this industry actually holds.
When you walked into Chili's, how old were you?
God, I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
All right. So when you walked into Chili's, what role did you walk in as? Were you a server?
I was actually. So I had a meeting with my GM at the ale house, and I told him that I really wanted to pursue this. And, he kind of shot me down. He shot me down hard. And I had to take a hard look at myself, and I went, maybe it's me. I don't know, but let me try. I left that meeting with my GM, and I drove down to Chili's at the Loop because I knew they were hiring. Knocked on their door at 9 o'clock in the morning, and manager came out and was like, trying to put in an application? I go, yep, just trying to put in an application. She goes, her name was Chris. She goes, come back and see me at 2 o'clock. Okay. So went back at 2 o'clock and had an interview with another gentleman. His name escapes me right now. Had the interview, and he goes, man, you're hired. When do you want to start training? I said, I'll work tonight.
Awesome.
I'll work right now. I'll go. And, they, again, for all the faults that Chili's has, they took me in.
Bro, they can't have too many faults when you look at how far their footprint is.
Mm-hmm. They just do it a different way. They do it a way that I choose not to want to do it. That's how I feel about it.
I think I might have to agree. So when you were with Chili's, did you by any chance, how far did you promote? Did you get up to a store manager, managing partner?
No. I was offered the position several times, but I was going through a real rough patch in my life with my ex-wife and family, so on and so forth. And it just never happened. But, I could walk into work one day and they'd be like, all right, you're not serving tonight. You're on Friday. I don't know. Guess I'm on Friday night. I was the jack of all trades. I was the utility knife. And
that makes you valuable.
Yeah. It wasn't really until I gotta thank my wife Rachel. Driving down the road to go to work, I see this building starting to go up, not knowing what it is, and there's Brews. There it is.
Holy moly! You went from Chili's to Rock and Brews.
I was there for 10 years.
Wow, that is super cool, man.
Yeah, and she said that looks like a good place. You know where you want to be. You know what you want to do. Go give it a shot. And so I did. And here we are.
So when you walked into Rock and Brews, what did you walk in as?
A server. So let me just tell you the story of the interview process. The interview process was interesting. I sat down in front of the house manager. His name was Sherman. And, just crushed it. And he's like, all right, come back tomorrow. And I go, okay. He goes, you're going to sit down with the GM. I said, well, all right. Go in for my interview. They're like, you need to talk to Tabo. The GM's not here. And I said, I'll wait. I don't care how long it takes. Well, he's going to get something done on his car. I said, I don't care. I'll wait. And I waited for the GM to show up and sat down and talked with him. I told him what my goals were. I told him what I wanted out of the business. I told him what I wanted to accomplish and what I wanted to give Rock and Brews. And it was on from there. I was a server for 3 months and then made a key. And then a month after that, I was promoted to manager.
That is an awesome story and a testament to your desire to learn on the job. Is it safe to say, you said you cut your teeth at Chili's, all your learning of systems and organizational skills, it had to all come from Chili's. I mean, they're amazing at that.
They are. I mean, again, that's what they're good at.
And just sitting here listening to you, and I'm not slamming Chili's. I mean,
They make too much money.
How can you? How can you? I wish I owned Chili's, right? But you took all the good and just kind of crumbled up what we're just going to refer to as garbage, threw it away, and just kind of took the knowledge and used it to your benefit and created your own plan. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I've always what I like to do is, if I think it's a good idea and I can learn from it, I'm going to take it and I'm going to learn from it. And then I'll apply it when I can apply it. So it doesn't matter if I learned it from Chili's or the Ale House or wherever it may be. It could be something that I learned in construction when I was doing construction. I think that everybody should learn every day.
Dude, that is such a true statement. I was going to make such a smart ass VooDoo chef remark, but I got to slip into the educator. If you're not self-reflecting and you're not finding takeaways and you're not growing on a daily basis, you're at a standstill. And if you're at a standstill, you have nobody to blame except yourself. So, the only name that should come out of your mouth is your own. And you are making some hardcore statements. When we're done with this podcast, we're going to connect. I need to get you on my list of guest speakers at the school. You're preaching to the choir, man. You're the pot calling the kettle black, and I feel you, man. And much love, brother.
We've all been through it. The people that have been through it know exactly what I'm talking about. John knows exactly what I'm talking about. We've actually done this. This is our life. This is our passion. This is what we wake up for in the morning.
So now I'm going to give you the smart-ass remark. Something you can learn and a takeaway from tonight is the VooDoo chef drinks Jack Daniels on the rocks with a lime, and you can apply that anytime I come into Rock and Brews. Just saying.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Heard. All right, now let me ask you this, and then we're going to have some fun, man, because we got a couple people popping in for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia, and if you did not know, it is pointless. But let me ask you this, and I have no doubt you're going to be honest. I mean, you've both just been straightforward and forthright. Culinary school students, as a hiring chef in industry, I hated them. They were arrogant. They knew everything. And then what do? I go become a high school teacher and teach culinary. And now I run the post-secondary here in Hillsborough County. I run the college. for culinary. And I'm almost a hypocrite, but I try to teach our guys everything we're talking about because I didn't go to culinary school. So I tell them all, I hired people from JWU, I hired people from CIA, AI, Hillsborough Community, P-Tech. I've hired people from all these places. I've also fired people from all these places. What's your take on culinary school students, and what advice would you give them walking in applying for a job?
Well, culinary school is fantastic. You get to learn all of the technical aspects of being a culinarian, of being a chef. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. That's knowledge that a lot of people don't have. So you can't take that away from them. My take on it is, in a business like ours, which is a business, we teach you the business side of things. We teach you the systems and how and why we execute it a certain way. This is not a 50-seat, 60-seat restaurant where you're taking orders and you're banging them out table by table by table by table. This is well thought out. There's prep lists. There are things that have to be done in order to have a successful shift. Every single shift, 7 days a week. That's not easy.
Not easy. Not easy. John, you got anything to add to that about these culinarians? Any advice you'd give them? These school guys, my guys.
I think Tim hit it on the nose. You know,
one thing I was very fortunate. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, these guys, when you drop into the actual, the industry and these large, the restaurants are going to pump out this food. Just drop in and keep an open mind, because you are going to learn something else that you may think that you can't learn. But you will.
I was very fortunate to be part of this huge national grant, blah, 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 what the fuck. But one thing we have to understand is 1 year of practical work experience is the same as 4 years of education. When students are going to culinary school, or any school for that sake, they need to keep in mind that they need to go to school and work at the same time. And sometimes that's a challenge and it's tough. But by combining the two together, we're going to expedite that learning process and that promotion process through the ranks. If they're going to school and they're working at the same time, the instructors can have the relationship with the restaurant, and we're all coaching and all growing at the same time. So if you're out there in culinary school, and I know you're all listening, pay attention. Make sure you're listening. Make sure you're understanding. Listen to your instructors. Make sure you're paying attention to your employers, and be the best motherfucker you can. Reflect every day, grow every day, and be a rock star. A rock star at Rock and Brews, right?
That's it.
Give me some final thoughts there, John. Why am I coming to eat at Rock and Brews? The ribs. Tell me about your coleslaw.
The coleslaw, handmade, baby. Sauce, shredding the cabbage. We make it with love, and you're gonna love it as well.
Tim, best thing on the menu.
Best thing on the menu?
Well,
the ribs, brother.
You said the ribs. I want to hear what Tim's got to say.
It's hands down the ribs, man.
No.
Ribs, blackened chicken pasta. I mean, okay, let me just explain what people don't expect out of Rock and Brews. They expect us to just be bar food. They come in, they think we're gimmicky, whatever. They have whatever expectations they have. And then they eat the food. And then they come back for the food. That's what they come back for. It's all about the food.
So
beer's a nice addition as well.
What's that?
The beer's a nice addition as well.
Do you have do you have Jack Daniels? Do you have a full bar?
Oh yeah.
No. We left that at home.
No. I've been to your place, remember? That's where we met.
Yeah.
That's where we met. And I was drinking Double Jacks and Coors Light all day. All right, hey, are you guys ready for a little pointless pop culture trivia?
Hey, I'd love to join. I just have to put my kids to bed.
Hey, you know what? The most important job any one of us can have is being a parent, and I admire you and respect you for that, my friend. I will come check you out. John, you're hanging out for trivia?
I'll do it.
All right, I'm going to bring in our trivia guests today. First,
hey, hope there's more of these. This is good.
Hey, anytime you want to come in, we do this every week. You're welcome for trivia every week. Coming in right now are our trivia combatants, if you will. Weekly contestant, VooDoo ambassador, chef extraordinaire from the assisted living facility of Atria Living Facility, Chef Carl Miller. Carl Miller, what's going on?
Not much. Highlight of my week right here. Highlight of the week.
Highlight of the week. And from the Iowa Farmers Association, all the way from, Ames, Des Moines, Tornado Country, the Iowa Farmers Association. And again, I don't know if you see the resemblance. I did shave.
I didn't.
My favorite brother named Steve. What's going on, buddy? Glad to have you all the way from Iowa.
Yeah, it's Duratio country.
What is Duratio?
That's the name of the storm that came through, kind of like a hurricane.
Oh, I thought it.
Yeah, they call it Duratio.
I thought that was what the migrant workers say. What is the ratio of strawberries to lettuce we have to pack this week?
No.
Thanks, Lex. Thanks.
Duratio wiped out all the corn in Iowa. It caused so much damage. We're still getting flipped cars and everything else. 140 car wins.
I heard that you guys took some severe damage up there.
August 10th. Yeah, we had like, I don't know, a branch in our yard. Other than that, no, wait. I take that back. My gas grill blew over, and we're still in recovery mode from that.
Oh, shit. Right there. That's fucked up.
Wow.
Did you call insurance?
I haven't smoked anything in a while.
You might need to call insurance on that, man. Maybe call a personal injury attorney, That might have hurt.
It did hurt.
No grill. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, just to give you a heads up, you are competing tonight against Chef John Robinson, the chef of the Wesley Chapel Rock and Brews location. And if you know me, you know that Rock and Brews is a favorite for multiple reasons, the food, and it's owned by Kiss. All right, so tonight, pointless pop culture trivia. Of course, there is no topic. It is pointless. We will be playing for the right to have your name entered into a drawing, at which time you may or may not win a prize that will be named at a later date. So good luck to all our contestants. Tonight, no Big Eddie C. We do have the VooDoo chef, sous chef, Miss Alexis Quinones. She will be the keeper of trivia tonight. If you think you know the answer, simply shout out your name, your own name. And Alexis will be the final decision. If she calls upon you, and please wait for her to call upon you, you will have the right to answer the question. And if you answer that question correctly, you will receive a point. The winner with the most points at the end of the game will have their name entered into a drawing where they may or may not have the opportunity to be drawn the winner of a prize that really doesn't fucking exist anyways, because it's pointless. Pop culture trivia. Here we go. In Arrested Development, where is there always money?
Never saw it.
Going once. Go! I got excited, Alex. I took your job.
My phone glitched.
Carl, you're in.
The mattress.
In the mattress. That is a great guess, but not right. John Robinson, do you have an answer?
In the freezer.
Man, of course, our restaurant guys, it's in the freezer. But the correct answer is in the banana stand. In the banana stand.
Okay.
I know, we should have known that, right? That's
where mine is. That's where my money is.
Angelina knew the answer. It is what it is, right? All right, question number 2. And Keep in mind, we do have 64 questions tonight. Question number 2. The Pearson family in This Is Us are famously fans of what NFL football team?
Carl.
Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers is a great answer, and you are correct, sir.
Undefeated yet again.
Carl Miller with the first point on the board. Question number 3. What is the name of the mother on How I Met Your Mother?
Steve.
Oh,
Steve.
Is it Julia?
no, it is not.
Carol? Barbara? Jennifer?
The correct, any other guesses?
Yeah, nothing.
The correct answer is Tracy McConnell. Question number 4. Does Stanley Hudson from The Office have a mustache? Guys, it's 50-50. Fucking take a guess.
John.
Steve.
John.
No.
John says no. You are incorrect, sir.
Steve.
Steve.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes.
On a limb.
Yes, he does. The limb that was in his front yard paid off. Dude, if you would have said no, I would have had to fucking get up and leave because I would have been laughing so hard. Stanley Hudson from The Office does have a mustache. Question number 5. Who wrote and directed the 2017 horror film Get Out?
Carl.
Is that Tyler Perry?
Man, great guess, but no. It was not a Medea movie. Medea says, get out, bitch. No.
No, it's... I can't think of his name.
It is M. Night Shyamalan.
No way.
Not real. No, not really. All right, the correct answer is Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele. We have 5 questions down. Lex, can you give us a score?
John, zip. Carl, 1. Steve, 1.
All right, John, I just got to let you know, you're the guest of the podcast. You got to up your game a little bit, okay? You got to up your game. You want me to throw you a softball?
I'll take anything at this point.
What restaurant does John work? No, I'm kidding. That's not the question. All right, 5 down. Only at least 98 questions left. Here we go. Question number 6. What is Mike's last name in Monsters, Inc.?
John.
John.
Zukowski.
Mike? Say it one more time.
Zukowski? Somewhere around
It starts with a W. Say it again.
Wazowski?
Mike Wazowski, you are correct, sir.
All right. Shit. All right.
You are correct, sir. If I'm not mistaken, Alexis, we are tied up across the board.
Yes, we are.
Out of Jack Daniels. What the? And if I hadn't mentioned, Jack Daniels is officially a sponsor of the VooDoo Chef Charity Golf Tournament. Make sure and sign your team up today. All right, question number 7. What movie won Best Picture at the 2020 Academy Awards?
Steve.
Uh-oh, Steve, what does Kay think the answer is?
Black Panther?
Black Panther. You are incorrect. I so feel like Alex Trebek right now because I know every answer. I'm just going to say that out loud. All right. No other answers. The correct answer is Parasite. Parasite.
2020?
I don't know.
Was the Parasite starring COVID?
Dude, fucking A, right? You know, I got some buddies who run a distillery, and just so all of you guys out there in the Tampa Bay market, keep an eye out. We will be having a special barrel select gin coming very soon with the VooDoo Chef's name on it. Just saying. Really. But
Can you mail that?
I may or may not be able to mail that.
You put it in a thermos.
Don't know what you're talking about. There seems to be some static in your connection.
Stick it in the mail.
Don't know. It's illegal, brother. That's illegal. All right, question. Lex, what question? Number 8. What is the name of the ghost who haunts a toilet in the girls' bathroom at Hogwarts in Harry Potter? Carl, you got grandkids, damn it. John, are you in?
Penelope?
Say it again.
Penelope?
Penelope is incorrect, sir.
It's not Casper.
The answer is...
Is it Drippy?
It is Drippy. How'd you know? No, not really. The answer is Moaning Myrtle.
Myrtle.
Question number 9. Number 9er. Which celebrity couple recently named their daughter Radix? Arddix.
Carl.
Elon Musk.
No, that's got some fucked up letters. We don't even know what it is.
Okay, Steve.
I hear he has to plug his kid in at the end of the night to recharge him. Steve, what's the answer?
My assistant says Angelina Jolie.
Man, that would have been a great guess. That's a great guess, but it's wrong. John Robinson. John, I'll give you a hint. Half of the couple is a rock and roller.
Oh.
The other half may or may not be Cameron Diaz. You just got to tell me her husband's name.
Benji?
It is Benji. Benji, who's Benji Madden from what band?
All right. Shit.
Wow.
Benji Madden from Good
That
Charlotte.
was from left field.
All right. So you got to score there, right, Lex? Here we go. Question number 10. What's that?
Hey, Erik, your glass looks a little small there.
Hey, dude, it's very small tonight because it's gone. Speaking of Jack Daniels, I don't know if I've mentioned tonight on the podcast, Jack Daniels is officially going to be represented at the VooDoo Chef Charity Golf Classic tournament, whatever we call it, on November 7th at the Eagles Golf Club. Make sure and come out and help us raise money to send more students to school like Lex. Shameless plug. Is what it is, right? All right, question number 10. What comedian has a tattoo of 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton?
Carl.
Carl Miller.
Carrot Top.
I've never a day in my life. Oh, it only does say comedian. Never mind. I almost gave away the answer. You're wrong.
Does it say comedian?
It says comedian. I'll throw out another hint if Carl's allowed back in the question.
Okay.
What SNL comedian has a tattoo of 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton?
Steve. Jim Carrey.
Davison?
Incorrect. John, did you call in?
Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson is correct.
You're young, I'm old. That's the problem.
Steve, just be aware there's more Saturday Night Live questions coming up. Just saying.
Carl's really dropping the ball today.
From the 2000s.
Brutal.
10 questions down, Alexis. Please give us a score as we only have 192 questions left.
John's in the lead with 3. Carl and Steve still have 1.
All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 11. And for the record, not a fan, so not a fan, but one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Thank you for such a great show. What's Katy Perry's real name?
I knew this once.
I keep looking over to my assistant on Google. She doesn't know.
Yeah, I got Google.
Going once, going twice.
Come on, Carl.
No, that's not enough.
Hey, Alexa.
Catherine Hudson.
What?
Hudson. Question number 12. What SNL cast member? Am I back? No, that was my brain freezing, not the internet. That was my brain. What SNL, it happens all the time, dude. You should know. It's that autistic piece I got, you know? What SNL cast member is Scarlett Johansson engaged to? It's no jost. If we would all not get charged for playing the Jeopardy music right now, I would so be playing it.
Disclaimer, I am not the owner of this music.
It is a cover song. All right, the answer is Colin Jost. Colin Jost. Question number 13. Lex, did you know that? Do you know this? Oh, you don't even know the fucking question. They're not going to know this either. They're too fucking. John, how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you, John?
28.
2'8"?
2'8".
All right, you got the best shot at this. I'm just saying, because the Iowa Farmers Association, fuck no. Carl? If Carl gets it, he's going to be ridiculed by me for a long, long time. What was Destiny's Child's original name? Destiny Child, what was their original name? What were they originally called?
Steve.
Oh, Steve's in.
The Pointer Sisters.
You're correct. Not really. That would have been cool, though. Dude, that was awesome. Oh, baby.
Showing my age.
Dude, I can't even think of the song. It's in my head, but incorrect, sir. John, do you have an answer? Because, Carl, if you get it right, you're not living it down.
Dry.
The answer was, Carl, do you have an answer?
No.
The answer is Girls' Time. Girls' Time.
What?
That's a terrible name.
Hey,
I know why they changed it.
What year is this?
2020?
2020. Hold on, it's working. It works very slowly. Hey, John might have a shot at this one. Again, Carl, Steve, good guess. Remember, these are multiple guess. You can guess whatever the fuck you want. What year did High School Musical come out?
Carl.
Carl.
I would say
92.
92, you are incorrect. Come on, John, get your head in the game.
That's
We lost Alexis. Oh, no.
John.
John.
Steve.
2009.
John says 2009. You are incorrect. He thought back to the
Everybody
time when he was
froze.
16. Steve, what's your answer?
Steve.
Steve, you're in.
2003.
2003. Great guess, but incorrect. The correct answer was 2006.
Back.
You're back. You're like the 80s. You are back, and we're glad to have you, just like the 80s. All right, after 14 questions, Lex, I'm glad you're back because I don't know the score. What is the official score?
John 3, Carl 1, Steve 1.
Oh, brutal.
All right, on the reel.
Disappointed, Carl. Disappointed.
I won? She said I won.
Just so everybody's on the same page, there are only 6 questions left. 6 questions left. Question number 15. John is up by 2. One of my favorite dishes, John, at a barbecue restaurant, and you preach your ribs, is coleslaw. Coleslaw got its name from the word cool slaw. Cool meaning cabbage, slaw meaning salad. What language are we speaking?
Steve.
Steve.
Everybody froze again.
Nope, we're back. You tell us, Steve. What do you got?
My group. Slovakian.
That is a great guess, but you are incorrect.
John.
John.
German.
German is incorrect. Carl Miller. Carl Miller, there are 2 things that I hate in this world. One is people who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the second is the Dutch.
Oh, Dutch.
It was the Dutch, and it was traditionally served hot.
That's gross.
Nice Austin Powers reference.
Dude, it only gets worse. I mean, better, or however you want to look at it, because you know what? We don't do anything except watch B movies, right, Steve? Okay, here we go. Question number 16. We are still at 3-1-1. John, you might be in trouble here. What is Paul Stanley's birth name? And I will take just his first name.
Steve. Hyam.
That dude, if I would have said Gene Simmons, you would have been all over it. Maybe you heard me incorrectly. I said Paul Stanley.
And I went right to Family Guy.
Yep. Oh, John, are you Googling? I'm looking at you there. I'm a teacher. No, I'm watching you look down.
I'm not going to do it.
Carl Miller?
No, I have no idea, man.
Paul Stanley's birth name was Stanley. His birth name was Stanley. His last name was Eason. Question number 17. What's his middle name?
Carl.
Carl. Wait, Carl. Don't go ahead, Carl.
Ezekiel.
Was it Paul?
It was not Ezekiel. It was not Paul. Steve, do you have an answer? If I were...
I am.
What would Ernie say his middle name was?
Bert.
Bert? Yes, he would. It was Bert. Question number 18. And, guys, you have to get this to have a chance at winning. How old is Gene Simmons?
Carl.
65.
65 is incorrect. You are under. This is Price is Right. You may still have a chance. John?
74.
74. You, sir, are over. Carl, you still may have a chance to get this point. Steve, we're playing Price is Right rules. Closest to without going over.
68.
68 is a safe answer, and you are closest. We're going to give you the point. He is 71 years of age. We're at question. Iowa Farmers Association gets a point. I believe we're at 3-2-1 right now.
Bottom of the barrel.
Kind of like a pie dough recipe. 3, 2, 1. That's the culinary portion of the show. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Question number 19. What is the name of the woman Gene Simmons is married to?
Carl.
Oh, Carl's in!
Shannon Tweed.
Shannon Tweed it is. We have a 3-2-2 game going on right here, and only one question left. Lex, so you got your ears open here?
Yeah, I'm listening.
What is the best sauce and seasoning on the market today?
Steve. Don.
Steve.
I was going to say, being from Iowa, I was going to say cookies, but I'll have to say VooDoo Chef.
VooDoo Chef sauces and the seasonings. We have a tie between John and the Iowa Farmers Association. Carl, you now have an official complaint just like Sam. We may have to watch the tape.
Watch the tapes. Watch the tapes.
Sam, please, get a hold of yourself. You notice he hasn't been back, right? You guys, as always, we appreciate everybody coming in, playing pointless pop culture trivia. John and Steve, your name will be entered into a drawing where we will select a winner, and you may have the opportunity to win a prize that may or may not be announced at a later date. It doesn't happen, and I'm just going to let you know that. John, thanks for coming in, man. I can't wait to come to Rock and Brews. We're going to catch up next week. Definitely when you open on November 3rd, we will be out. Hey, give me some insight. Are the boys coming in for the grand?
Not this time, man. You know,
not this time. COVID, man. I get it. It's all good. But you know what? November 3rd, make sure you're out at Rock and Brews out in Wesley Chapel. I hear it is a huge location. I can't wait to check it out for myself. I'll be there next week. We'll report back. Lex, thanks for co-hosting, filling in for Big Eddie C. You're the best sous chef on the market today. Iowa Farmers, Carl, I hope we see you guys next week as we do pointless pop culture trivia all over again. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you soon.
And there you have it, Booties, another episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with VooDoo Chef and all things VooDoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the VooDoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the VooDoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all VooDoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out VooDoo Chef Catering, custom-created events for every shape and size. Log on to VooDooChefCatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout-out to all my Voodies that are in the VooDoo crew. Thank you for your support. And, of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shively, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget VooDoo Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VooDooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things VooDoo are in support of the VooDoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VooDooChefFoundation.com today.